First of all, I want to explain the impact of being first. Dear Toastmasters, that can hardly promise a surprise. And last but not least, I want to leave a lasting impression. Now, who likes being first? Can I see some hands? We had at least half of the room first of today. Nazaria, can you give me a brief example, please, of when it felt good to be first?
You've got first place. You're first. You're the first. You won the first place in the competition.
Thank you. That is a good example. And I heard you mention more than only one kind of first. And that is the one that I want to talk about. Because the question was not good, and his answer had to both of them in there. To present my take on being first, I need to step back in time when, as a 5-year-old, I arrived to a backward small village, having been born far away, and all the other kids were looking at me as import, they called it, foreign. And in the small village school, they would all sit like, whereas the teacher, when she asked a question, I would go like, can I? Not because I wanted to be better than all the other guys, but because I wanted the sincere attention of the teacher. That worked for a while, and neither in the small village school nor in the small town secondary school there was more than every now and then that sincerity. When I was about 18, 19 years old, I gathered the money that I had earned with side jobs, and I flew out to go and work as a volunteer in a kibbutz in Israel. Nobody in the small village, nobody in the small town, not even in the whole region, had ever done that. That's dangerous. That meant like incoming rockets, occupied territories, terrorist attacks. Sounds a bit like Ukraine, but then without the corruption. And there, working, helping out, I got that sincerity because I was presenting usefulness, helpfulness, and that was enough. I like that. Now, I shall spare you a whole range of different countries and being firsts until I end up exactly 6 years ago when I arrived to Ukraine. Well, I was the first Dutch guy ever sent out to come over here and build up an immigration liaison officer posting. What? That's not really that important, but you might more recognize that I was unescapably confronted with all kinds of doughty Ukrainian authorities who said no against my proposal of full cooperation, no against my idea of sharing information. But then again, I was the first to try, and if you are the first to try a new thing, you cannot fail. So simple. I gathered more ideas and alternatives, and with those under my arm, I came knocking on their back doors. Surprised they opened up, and again said no. Because they were not used to somebody who's really sincerely trying to be useful. But then again, as I said, you're first, you cannot fail. So I simply gathered more alternatives and reasons why our cooperation would be useful. And with those, I climbed through their window. And yes, they started to understand like the little kid wants to help, is useful. So with that, the real cooperation started. The real usefulness started. And the proof of it is that a few weeks ago, the director of the State Migration Service of Ukraine, Maxim Sakalyuk, presented me with my own biometric identity card of Ukraine. So here is a climax, here is some advice. Please be first to try and do new things. So what is the best of being first? That can be no surprise of you. The best I found with you. In spring 2012, I joined Toastmasters, Art-Talkers. And I joined the club to try and see what that is in public speaking. And that worked. I got the sincere intention every now and then. And I became the first speaker who really dared to try and go on a table during a speech. Past President Paulina, you have the pictures to prove it. And I presented my speech under the title, where everybody thought I might come up with the ultimate insult. But what was that? Really, I was merely presenting to you my own fears. To be sincere in your surroundings. And that worked. For a while. You made me win contests. I became that kind of first, Nasari. And is that necessary? Not really, as long as I get the sincere intention. And the nice extra thing about that was, yay, it became a vehicle for me to become the first ever representative of Ukraine to go to the international stage. October 2015, Katowice, Poland. The only representative, the first representative of Ukraine live on the international stage. I felt great to fly your colors. Thank you for that possibility. And oh, the Polish judges made me win both contests. So I did go on to the district level in front of the half of Europe. That can be called a climax. Simply by trying to be first, to do something in a new way. Now, if that is a climax, and a nice idea, I have not yet arrived at leaving a lasting impression. So, for that maybe I need an anti-climax. Did I not mention 2015? Art-Talkers was then in piano bar, right? And at that time, my government said, you've been out there for more than the maximum time already. Come on, kitty. And what was the result? You see the result. I found new, alternative ways to stay and speak in front of you. That got me a lot of attention. Now and then. I even, and you were there and Vitali, that I had the guts to even sing on the stage of Art-Talkers. But even the most beautiful song has got its final no. That means that soon I shall be packing. Soon I shall be leaving. As the Dutch government doesn't have patience forever. So, dear Toastmasters, soon I shall need to leave. Oh, is the kid going back to the Netherlands? To a job? Hey, we always try to find an alternative. So I found another job that nobody wants to do. So in January, I fly out to Ghana dark Africa to pick up another job that nobody has done. So, Ukraine